RLCS Live Finals was just a couple of days ago, and even if I hadn't gotten to go this time and see it all live and really just witness how amazing it is, I think I would still be saying that this was the best World Championship so far. Even with having all of the North American teams fall down to the losers bracket right away, all of the hope for North America was on one team, which is Cloud9. But even with their spectacular run through the losers bracket, eventually demolishing We Dem Girls to go to the championship, I think that there were still very few people who actually thought that Cloud9 could even take one series off of Dignitas, let alone two. I think the biggest lesson for all of us was that sometimes you're just feeling it. Sometimes things are clicking so well and you have so much confidence when you're going for shots that you can't help but throw in a few spins and twists just because it feels so good. Now, this was the absolute best storyline for Rocket League, Cloud9 being one of the American favorites and Squishy Muffin's team, no less, coming all the way from the losers bracket to take down the undefeated, unstoppable European machine that is Dignitas. So in this video, I'm going to give you some of the highlights from this tournament. There were so many great goals. I mean, the first day, every single series went to 5 games, so I couldn't include all of the great moments, but these are my picks for the 10 best goals. And also, before I get into the list, I wanted to let you know that this is sponsored by Gamerlink. Gamerlink is an amazing free app for gamers, basically who are looking to connect with other gamers. And you can also use it to find people to trade with, but it's also great to just use to find people mainly to play with. And I actually got the chance to sit down and talk with the CEO of Gamerlink over the weekend, and we talked for a while, and it's honestly incredible some of the stuff they're doing with this app in the near future. It's not stuff that I can talk about, but he showed me some pretty amazing things. So I definitely recommend getting involved in this community. I've put a link in the description below if you want to download it and give it a try. All right, let's get into my picks for the 10 best goals from the Season 6 World Championship. Number 10 goes to Rizzo for coming out really strong in the first match and actually scoring 3 goals in his first game. One of them being this crazy redirect. And I actually really had high hopes at this point for North America and for the North American teams when they first started. But G2 and even Cloud9 in their first series, like they looked so good, but then they just couldn't hold it together. And in G2's case, they were having to play against Flipside, who did look better than most of the teams in the tournament. But yeah, here's the redirect.
Kind of reminds me of the Chicago play from earlier in the day. Kronovi just taking it all himself, catching the defense off, and another shot from Rizzo! Sneaks it underneath the crossbar. That's a hat trick for Rizzo.
And boy, if you're Flipside Tactics, you are not happy about how this one's starting. Rizzo, what a brilliant touch out to the center of the net, far down and in. Yukio can't do anything about it. That one's pretty much off the kickoff. G2 came out, and they're putting him down.
Number 9 goes to Fruity for this incredible 0-second goal. Fruity was probably the second most impressive rookie this year, behind only Chicago, and he really held his own during the live finals. I would say that in a lot of ways he actually carried PSG. Usually I include goals that are more technically impressive, but this one was just pure clutch. And this was really the turning point for PSG in their series against G2 in the lower bracket. G2 won the first game, and they were really on their way to winning the second game as well, and they were up a goal with all of the momentum, and with time winding down.
Keeping it high, Rizzo with a long-range read. What a play. Shawsett has to make a save on the follow-up of that touch, and JNF's off the post, but the pressure's enough. They just got to keep it here in the blue. Kronovi just looking for the long-range read, doesn't find it. It's just Rizzo in the back of Shawsett and Fruity challenge. They put it in! The buzzer beater's there! Kronovi's mistake on the wall hurts G2 immensely.
He misses the touch underneath and then bumps Shawsett. I thought it was over, but it doesn't matter. Fruity behind him ties it up. We go to overtime.
All right, number 8 goes to Ignite for this crazy fast redirect. Ignite has proven himself as one of the most versatile players in Rocket League right now. He has an incredibly fast and aggressive play style, and he's really just a playmaker. This was just one of his many impressive goals during the live finals. And I really feel like his style of play is kind of intimidating, kind of the same way he's sort of intimidating in real life.
Ignite playing this one back. Torment over the top of one. Now moving back into the orange corner. It went so long. Oh my goodness! What an insane play! We Dem Girls has the lead.
Mirroring what we saw Squishy do with his team. Up for that, especially in the first 20 seconds. They did it themselves.
They finally did it.
Right back to Cloud9, opening up strong. That's what I like to see.
Number 7 on my list goes to Squishy for this crazy redirect in their match against WeDem Girls on day 3. I feel like this goal really captures how they played that final day. Nothing was off limits, all 3 players just played completely free, but the rotations were so solid that even when they were kind of all in on a play, other teams really couldn't transition fast enough to score on them. And I love this goal because you really just didn't see it coming. It looks like Gimmick kind of fails to get the ball to the goal, and then suddenly the ball goes shooting into the back of the net.
You heard them on the desk talking about it. What a play, are you kidding me? Squishy and Gimmick tag team the 4th one.
Not very often do I genuinely have no clue a goal's about to happen. What on earth? Squishy, the pace he had in his car, that he was still able to predict that, get underneath it, not overshoot it. 4 goals up, and it looks like they're not stopping.
Number 6 goes to the flip, reset, pass, goal thing by Cloud9. Now this was the moment, for me, the exact moment, that I knew it was probably over. Dignitas was not going to be able to come back and beat Cloud9. And you'd think that maybe in this sort of setting, Squishy would be the first player to start hitting flashy shots, but really Squishy was by far the most reserved of all of Cloud9. And yeah, he hit a crazy flip reset goal on the first day, but that was 100% just a score. Flip resets are really one of the best ways to score when you have the opportunity for a solo play in 3s. People used to go for backboard touches and air dribbles and even ceiling shots, but now they just get defended way too easily. Now on Cloud9, Gimmick was really the one spinning the most, but even Torment started looking comfortable enough to add in some somewhat unnecessary twists. But this was the moment where it was clear that they were feeling it. The question is, how could a player get this much time against Dignitas? I don't even fully understand it. Nobody could even get a decent passing playoff against them before, and here Cloud9 was literally like tornado spinning on half of their shots. Anyways, this was one of the cooler moments in the tournament.
Bouncing to the net, and that one hit off to the side. Cloud9 mounting an assault. Squishy passes to himself.
He gets
Flip
it.
reset. Can he do it? Squishy
Does it go in?
Torment finishes it off. What a play from Squishy and Cloud9.
There's never a stage too big for that man not to show up. One of the most talented mechanical players there is in this game. And he pulls off a flip reset.
Number 5 on my list goes to Cooksier for hitting this beautiful pinch goal, a shot that was actually discovered and invented by Cooksier himself. Now the last time he hit one of these was way back in season 4, I believe, and I think the crowd may have gotten a bit overhyped about this one. I think it was just that weird effect that pinch goals have. Even when you're playing, the ball just suddenly goes flying over everyone's head, and in this case, the camera zooms in on Cooksier after the ball goes in, and like everybody just freaked out. To Cooksier, you know this was like just another shot, but it really was impressive to see him do it so cleanly at a world championship and at this level.
Immediately met by Squishy, pinched off the ceiling. Oh, and a great pitch to He did it! He did it! The Cooksier pitch! The man is a legend!
It's a beautiful play, and you saw it in the bit before the match. It's the Cooksier pitch, 74 miles an hour. He pulls it off on the biggest stage. Flip side, down by 1.
Cooksier, you're nuts.
Number 4 on my list goes to Medsonorus for this beautiful fake goal thing. Now, I wanted Cloud9 to win, but if it wasn't going to happen, I definitely would have rooted for WeDem Girls. There were moments during this tournament when WeDem Girls appeared to be the only team who had a chance against Dignitas, and this goal was really a crowd favorite. Really, anytime the pace of the game gets slowed down and a player just takes control like this, it's just so awesome. And of course, everybody loves Metsa, so how could you not be excited about a goal like this?
A ceiling, but he's gonna have to pull away Drippe, and now trying to find his way through. Medsonorus has a break here. Oh, what a big Medsonorus! What a play!
Beautiful play from Medsonorus. The touch from iIgnite just stalls the ball top of the box. Look at the fake. Kami gets beat too, up and over his head. Fantastic play from Medsonorus. WeDem Girls in the lead.
So good in front of the box like that. Has every single weapon in the inventory.
Number 3 goes to Chicago for his incredible last-second equalizer against PSG. Now, Evil Geniuses were down 2 goals with less than 30 seconds left against PSG in the lower bracket, and they needed to make an incredible comeback. And then they also had to win Game 5 just to stay alive in the tournament, and they did just that.
Chaussette up the sideline, Chicago with the block. Farah over to Chaussette. Chaussette back passes, trying to burn time.
A little too
off
risky.
the clock, off the ceiling, into the middle. Chicago! He's there! And he does it for EG. We're tied up!
With no
Kenny!
Now, I was actually on my way out to do our meet and greet after the day when I heard all of this yelling, and I came back in to watch the game because I thought the game was over. And here's what the final moments of the last game look like from my phone. Alright guys, number 2 on my list goes to Gimmick for this beautiful little double touch against Dignitas in Game 3 of the second series. The two teams were tied at 1 game apiece, and this is how Game 3 started. And this was really a momentum shift for Cloud9.
On double commit there, chance for Cloud9 if Gimmick can get a strong shot. Going for the double tap. Can he hit it? Bounces it by the defense. Gimmick with the highlight reel shot.
Everyone looking for the hard shot to net. He goes underneath them all. K-Dop even trying to read that. Gotta feel good, Gimmick.
He is freestyling in the grand final carpet.
To be fair, that man freestyles every time he jumps off the ground. Have you noticed that?
Okay, number 1 on my list for the best goal from the Season 6 World Championship goes to Squishy Muffins, actually on day 1, where he hit the first ever flip reset goal in an RLCS live finals. Maybe the first ever flip reset goal in any major live tournament. Now, a few have been scored online, but none in this kind of setting and none as clean as this. This is a move that really only a few of the pros have actually mastered, and I really don't know why. After this point, there were so many great opportunities for players to go for flip resets, but besides Cloud9 and really a few other players on the field, most of them would just try double touches or passes off the back wall. And Cloud9 really showed us that there is a viability to flip resets at the highest level, and they really showed it during this tournament. It's really like the change-up shot of Rocket League.
Regain the lead after substantially struggling in Game 2. Torma gets this one away. Squishy's airborne, keeping it here in the midfield, giving himself options. He's got an open net in front of him. Puts it underneath. Oh my goodness, the flip reset off the defender. He pinches it.
If there's ever a player to do it, it's going to be Squishy. He gets it. He bounces off. He gets the dunk with the flip reset right out of Game 3. Squishy.
I'm going to get a flip reset so I can dunk you. Name that player. There's only one.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you ever get the chance, I definitely recommend going to the World Championship. It was so cool. It was awesome to meet a ton of you guys. You guys know who you are out there. And yeah, just getting to see everything live, it's hard to describe. Big congrats to Cloud9 for the win. Don't forget to check out Gamerlink if you guys haven't already. Again, that's the free app that I mentioned earlier. If you download it, you can also get a cool little FLuuMP badge as well. So again, the link to that is in the description below. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Peace out.